Hey guys, it's Quiva. Welcome to your Hangover special. What do you do when you feel really rubbish and all you want to do is feel better? Yoga, of course. So for today's class, all you need is a chair. Just bring your best self, do your best. We're gonna look at alleviating the two main areas that tend to cause trouble when you have a hangover, like stomach, nausea, and also headache. We're gonna work through stimulating our lymph system. That means we can rehydrate quicker, and also look at releasing tension in our hips, shoulders, even our jaw. The quicker we can release tension, the quicker we can recover, the quicker we can rehydrate. So we're gonna work through a really simple flow that will leave you feeling as good as you can feel. Okay, when you're ready, come to sitting in your chair, get your feet solidly placed on the ground. I want you to think about having length through your spine. So the top of your head is reaching up towards the ceiling and your shoulders are dropping away from your ears. They're melting away from your ears. So for me, my back is not touching the chair, and that enables me to have 90 degrees in my knees and 90 degrees in my hips. If you want to put a cushion behind there, totally do that. So our first posture, we're going to lengthen up through our spine. I want you to really lift out your hips. So not necessarily drawing your belly in, but like lifting up. And then we're going to place our belly down on our upper thigh first, and then rest your chest down over your knees. Your feet can be hip-width distance apart. I just want you to be really purposeful but passive in this pose. So just releasing the weight of your body forward. If you feel a little bit crunched in your spine, then come back and sit up properly, lengthen the top of your head towards the ceiling, and then fold over with length again. Breathing here, we're going to take extra time in each of the postures, just allowing your body to open up. You can even hook your armpits kind of over your knees and gently resting your palms on the ground. Using your breath as well gently if you're able to. So with an inhale, we think about lengthening ever so slightly, even just millimeters, so just the thought of lengthening through your spine. And then with the exhale, we think about folding forward a little bit more, melting a little bit more forward. Keep breathing, just allowing the opening to happen. Shimmy your feet out a little bit wider and allow your belly and your chest to just reach in between your thighs, creating a gentle compression in our lymph between our thigh and our pelvis, gently compressing into our belly in a positive way, releasing through your shoulders. So even though we're folding forward, we'd like you to think about your shoulders drawing away from your ears. Maybe that gives you a little bit of a sense of stretching into your lower spine. Belly can draw in ever so gently. Top of your head can just flop towards the ground. Breathing here. Trying to relax. Let's go for 3 more really deep breaths. Filling up your chest and your lungs. Top of your head reaches forward on the inhale. The exhale, melting down into the chair. Inhaling again. Feeling the length grow in your spine. And then exhaling. Maybe your hands walk a little bit more forward. One more time, inhaling. Shoulders are drawing away from your ears the whole time as we exhale forward.
Gently drawing your core in, we're going to stack one little vertebrae at a time, starting at our lower spine on top of each other.
Drawing yourself back up to sitting again. Great job. Gentle roll through your shoulders. You can take your feet hip width distance apart again. Think about having your left foot flat on the ground, solidly supported, length through your spine. We're going to place our right foot up on top of our left knee, so active through that right foot. Draw your right toes towards your right knee. You can just place your right elbow onto your right knee. That should be giving you stretch into the right side of your hip. Length through your spine as you gently tip the weight of your chest forward. Even though we're in the chair, we're kind of doing quite passive, gentle yoga. What you think about being long and open in the whole of our sequence. So this might be plenty for you. And again, we're going to work with our breath. Inhaling to lengthen your spine, just a couple of millimeters, and exhaling to fold forward. Just even the thought of folding a little bit more forward. If you want to go and upgrade your posture, we can even work in some mudras. So energizing and grounding mudra at the same time as being energizing. Taking your index fingers, your pointer finger, you can roll it into the space between your thumb and your index finger, curling it in there. The rest of your fingers are long and active. You can allow your palms to just face up towards the ceiling. Right elbow is leaning into your right knee. Right toes are drawn back towards your right knee, making sure that your shoulders are melting away from your ears. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to fold forward. A little bit more, as active as you want it to be. Let's go one more time. Inhaling to lengthen through your spine, exhaling to fold forward. Bring yourself back up to sitting, keep your leg as it is. Trying to encourage that right knee down, even though our right elbow isn't going to be pushing on it anymore. So now we're going to work in a gentle twist. Always really good to twist into our organs and allow them to refresh when we open back up with fresh blood. Okay, so you can take your wrist to the outside of your foot or your knee and twist gently from here, maybe using your left hand to grab around the back of the chair. Twisting just gently from your lower spine. So the twist starts there and then it moves up through your spine and then your head turns last. So head is just turning gently. Breathing here. We're going to use our breath again, inhaling to lengthen up through your spine. Maybe you draw your core in gently. A little bit of extra pressure on that left foot on the ground to support you. And exhale to twist a little bit more. If twisting a little bit more is the best for you. If this is really easy for you, you're not feeling so stiff, you might want to take your right elbow down onto the bottom of your right foot. Maybe you want to take your palms to meet in prayer pose, draw them to the center of your chest and twist from there. Never forcing, just doing what's right for you. Breathing, thinking about reaching the top of your head long. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to twist. One more time, inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. And then come back to center, great job, right foot. Comes down onto the ground, thinking about hip width distance again. With your feet, root that right foot down into the ground and take your left foot up onto your right knee. So left foot is active as before. We're gonna put our left elbow down on our left knee and just gently lean forward with length through your lower abdomen and length through your lower back. And that tends to enable us to have length through the whole of our spine. And then think about melting those shoulders away from your ears as much as you can. Inhaling to lengthen, exhale to fold a little bit more deeply. Maybe you just want to chill here. Maybe you want to do some mudra work again to create some more energy and some more grounding. You can bunch all of your fingers and your thumbs together, allowing your palms to face up towards the ceiling. So left elbow is putting gentle pressure on your left knee, and try to resist the temptation to kind of hunch over and draw your shoulders up towards your ears. So lengthen through your spine, draw your heart forward, chest moves forward through your shoulders. As we use our breath to create length on the inhale, and then we fold a little bit deeper on the exhale. Let's go one more time. Inhaling, filling up your belly, filling up your chest with air, shoulder blades maybe drawing together slightly at the back, and we exhale to fold a little bit more deeply. Okay, releasing back up, we're going to come into our twist. So we have our wrist or our hand on the bottom of our left foot, or maybe grabbing that right knee. Right hand's going to come around the back of the chair if that works for you. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to gently twist, drawing in your core just a little bit. So the twist comes from your lower spine first. Think about your spine being like 360. So we're going to twist a little bit from the bottom that ripples all the way up to the top, and then gently twist your head somewhere to the side or maybe on the diagonal towards the back. Breathing here. Top of your head reaches up towards the ceiling. Jaw is relaxed, released. If you want to roll through your mouth a few times, shoulders are melting away from your ears. And if you want to upgrade your twist a little bit more, you can lean a little bit forward, take your left elbow to the bottom of your right foot, palms meet here, and then gently drawing your palms to the center of your heart. You're going to twist open to the side. Only going as far as is right for you. Maybe pushing a little bit more into your right foot to support yourself. Length through your spine at the same time. The shoulders are still melting away from your ears. Shoulder blades are drawing together lightly at the back. Gaze is over your right shoulder. Breathing. Opening, releasing. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist a little bit more deeply. Great job. And then we come back to center. Let's roll through our shoulders. So feet are back on the ground, feeling really stable, grounded. Hands can be on your knees as we create really deep, purposeful rotations in our shoulders towards the back. So I want you to draw your shoulders up towards your ears, and then to the back, and then as if they're going to touch off the seat, then drawing them forward as if they're going to touch in the front. And creating smooth transition between each of those 4 points. So we have a really smooth, deep, purposeful, circular movement in our shoulders. Core is drawing in lightly, the top of your head is reaching high. And the most important thing if you're trying to recover from a hangover is to keep breathing. And next we're going to change the direction of that rotation. So really thinking about those 4 points that I mentioned. Shoulders towards your ears, shoulders meeting at the front, shoulders trying to touch the chair on the bottom, and shoulders trying to touch back behind you, then creating a smooth transition between each of those 4 points. For me, when I have a hangover, this is always a major one that just helps so much. I just crunch everything into my shoulders. So I want you to try to make it really purposeful, open through your chest. Great job. Next, we're going to start to work in a little bit of gentle movement. So you might want to just take your right hand to your left knee, left hand comes to your left hip, facing to the left side, and then doing the same to the right side. And then just rolling or rotating through your spine gently. And then if you want a little bit more, you can reach your opposite hand towards the opposite foot, and maybe the other hand comes behind you. So to put it into words, left hand, right foot, right hand reaches behind, and then we switch sides. You can even scoot a little bit more forward onto the edge of the chair, it's actually easier. And twist, lifting that opposite foot off the ground. So left hand touches your right foot, right hand touches your left foot. Did I say that right? Left hand, right foot, right hand, left foot, other hand reaches behind. Rotating through your spine, creating a little bit of movement. Getting some of those really helpful endorphins going, even though you might feel majorly ropey with the hangover. Or maybe you've just been working too hard and need to have a gentle flow like this. Sometimes we can get similar symptoms in our body with overwork as we do from a hangover. And when you're ready, we'll come gently to a stop. Great job. We're now going to release some of the tension in our jaw. So this is when you don't have to worry about what you look like. You look great, I promise you. So it's lion posture, lion pose, you might know it already. So we're going to inhale, and then as we exhale, I want you to shoot your hands out over your knees, really stretching through your arms. Shoulders are actively drawing away from your ears. You got length through your spine, your core is strong. So we're not actually tipping our body forward. I just want you to lengthen out through your arms. At the same time, open through your mouth as wide as you can and stick your tongue out. So we're really stretching out through our eyes, our jaw, and allowing our tongue to come out with that exhale. So we'll go through 5 rounds together. Again, don't worry about what you look like. Inhaling, and then exhaling. Inhaling, and exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Let it all out. Inhaling, and exhaling. And inhaling, and exhaling. Great job. Opening through your jaw. Maybe moving it from side to side. Releasing any tension that's built up in your body. Next, we're going to look at some pressure points. So only do these if you're comfortable with them. We're going to work first the pressure point between our index finger and our thumb. So in here, you can gently squeeze in there, gently massaging in there. This is great if you have a hangover, or even if you're at work and you need to pack your energy, pack your mental focus. Particularly great if you're in like a stuffy room. So rolling in there, squeezing gently. When you're ready, we'll do the other side. Both sides can feel different. It's actually a great one just to do on a daily basis. Kind of a cure-all pressure point even. The next one we're going to do is great for nausea. So we're going to work in the crease in our wrist, just around that outer bone there. You can just kind of massage or press in there, around there. It doesn't have to be so specific. We're kind of doing generalized pressure points here to help our bodies to recover quicker. So just rolling or pushing gently, massaging gently in and around that area. And then we're going to look at coming like 2 or 3 fingers distance away from your wrist crease on that outer edge of your forearm. Gently massaging in and around that area. You'll feel it like in between two tendons that might feel a little bit tender. So not putting too much pressure, just a gentle massage in and around there. I find these pressure points really effective. Okay, and then we'll switch to the other side. Remember, it's around your wrist crease. We're gonna kind of massage in and around that outer bone on your hand, around that whole area there. Trying to take the same time on each side. Tend to always go quicker on the second side, so taking a little bit extra time. Breathing here. My watch is covering the pressure point that I want to get to, so thinking about 2 or 3 fingers distance width from your wrist crease, massaging in and around there. You'll find it in between like 2 tendons, kind of in between the bone there on the side. Oh, I got it there. Massaging in there, pushing in gently with your thumb, or maybe you want to use your pointer finger and your middle finger, whatever works. Massaging gently in there. Then we're going to take it up and just crunch into your shoulders. So like squeezing into your shoulders there. Keep breathing as you go. Sometimes this is the last thing you want to do when you have a hangover, but I guarantee you it helps so much. So just stick with it. Let's go to the other side. Eek. That's tight, eh? Okay, and we're going to start to just massage in and around the bottom of our skull, just releasing tension. And then bring that massage up over our ears. I'm pushing all of my 4 fingers into my scalp, gently moving my scalp, sticking with any points that I feel are really tight, especially tighter in the back. Oh, and in that kind of place where my neck joins with my skull in there. So good. And then I'm going to take that massage up to the center line of your head. So just kind of dig gently with both sets of fingers in and around that center line, creating movement on your scalp. You can bring that down the sides. Next, if your hair is loose, it's probably easier to do. I want you to put your fingers into your hair and kind of grab without pulling. I want you to just kind of lift gently. Using your hair, going to create a little bit of movement into your scalp. This is actually yoga. Basically anything you do with your body. There's a yoga posture for it. There's a yoga asana for it. And then you can go in gentle circles in each direction. The firmer you grip your hair, the more pleasant this is. If you don't have a firm grip, it starts to get kind of like little ratty pulls that are kind of sore. So get a really firm grip, so you're actually just really putting movement into your scalp rather than pulling on individual strands of hair, which is not very pleasant. Great job. The next part is kind of optional. We're going to add a little bit more of a stretch in around our hips. So if you feel well enough, we're going to come down, move your chair to the side, take one foot up on your chair and the other knee down, and we're going to stretch into our hip, gently holding on to each side of that chair, pushing your hips forward, feeling that length come the right side of your hip. My left foot is up on the chair, right knee is down. You can even put a cushion under your right knee, length through your spine. Thinking about trying to keep your hips even, so lifting that right hip up a little bit. Tucking your tailbone under, that kind of means just so you're going to tuck your bottom under a little bit. You can even pull on the sides of your chair to pull your hips forward. Your shoulders are melting away from your ears. Making sure you work with your body,
not pulling too hard so that it's unpleasant. If you do pull too hard, actually, our bodies have a protectionary mechanism, so they try to resist the stretch, so it's better just to go gentle. And then you can release your hips back, stretching into the back of that hamstring, little bend in the back of your left knee to protect it. Just allow your weight to fall forward. Nothing too fancy. And then let's switch sides. So left knee comes down again, you can put a cushion under there. And right foot comes up onto your chair. Also, if your chair is higher than mine seems to be like the kind of perfect height for my, the length of my thighs. If it's higher, then you definitely want to have something underneath that knee, so you're more supported on the ground. Lifting through the top of your head. Everything from before, shoulders shifting away from your ears. You can gently pull your hands, pull on your arms, pull on the sides of the chair even to lengthen through the front of that left hip a little bit more. Let's go for 2 more breaths here before we shift our hips back and lengthen through that right hamstring. So you can maybe shift your knee back, lengthen your foot on the chair. Again, being careful not to overextend your right knee, so I want you to think about a little millimeter bend in it. Your right toes can draw back towards your face. You can be kind of relaxed and passive here. Keep breathing. If at any stage you feel tension coming into your jaw, into more of those lying exercises, inhaling and then exhaling to open your mouth, to get your tongue, open your eyes. Great, and when you're ready, you can come back to sitting in your chair. But I hope you're feeling better after that. You can always do that little sequence again later on in the day. It's really good to get all of our lymph system moving, get our endorphins moving, even through that really gentle exercise, and release the tension in those areas that it tends to build up in when we are hungover, so hips, shoulders, jaw, making sure our stomach is on its way to recovery, the headache is shifting gently. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed that. I have a second hangover video that you might want to try, which uses the wall and the floor. So make sure you check that one out as well. I'm Quiva. You can follow along on Instagram at fitgreenlean_nutrition. You can get me on YouTube, and you can check out my website, fitgreenlean.com, where I have lots more videos. See you guys soon.